That you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you couldn't make things new just by saying I love you. More than words. Now that I've tried to.
All right, so now for the chorus. How do you play that on the guitar? Good to know is that from now on, because you've already done the first part of the tutorial, and a bunch of things are always the same. So when I play an upstroke, when I say upstroke, I always mean with my index finger, and I always mean the top 4 strings pretty much. So only when I vary on that, then I will mention it. But otherwise, I will just say play an upstroke, and when you hear me saying that, that means top 4 strings with the index finger. Slap, always with my thumb, and when I pluck my strings, it's always with thumb, index finger, and middle finger. So I'll only say the strings that need to be plucked, and the order of your fingers will always be first thumb, then on the higher string, middle finger, and on the highest string, the middle finger. All right, so how do you play that chorus on the guitar? So I'll play the first 2 bar first once more, so and then we'll get into how to play those on the guitar. So here we go. 3, 4. All right, so what do? You start off on the G, so this is exactly the same as what you play in the intro, with the difference is that in the second bar you don't go to the C at 9, but you stay on the G chord. So you play bass, then that upstroke, slap, then pluck A, G, and B, then upstroke, slap, and then you go back to playing E, G, and B on that G chord, upstroke, slap, then A, G, and B, upstroke, slap, and then open E. It's like this, 3, 4. Then the next 4 bars, or next 2 bars, you play like this, 3, 4. So what do you play? You play D add 9 with F sharp in the bass. You pluck E, G, and B string. Then you make that upstroke. And you mute the strings, but you don't slap. So it's just... So you make them short. Then you play E, G, and B. You pluck them again. And then you make that upstroke again. And then you mute again. So like this, 3, 4. Then you go to that E minor chord, and you pluck E, B, and E string, mute, then play A, G, and B string, and you mute, and then you play a slap with your thumb, like this. Then you go on to B minor, and you pluck A, G, and B string. Then you play D string with your thumb, and then you play an upstroke. So like this, 1, 2, followed by a slap, and then moving on to C, plucking A, G, and B string. So let's try to play those 2 bars together. 3, 4. And now let's try to play the first 4 bars together of that chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've ended on that C chord. So what do you play? I'll play the next 2 bars for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. So here we go. 3, 4. So what do you play? So you start on that C, plucking A, G, and B string. Then upstroke, slap, play bass, then pluck A, B, and E, then pluck A, B, and G. It's like this, followed by a slap. Play that C once more, plucking A, G, and B string. Upstroke, slap. Then you pluck A, G, and B. Mute. Then put your middle finger in second position of the A string. Pluck again. Slap. And then remove that middle finger. So there you go to A minor 7. And you pluck A, G, and B string. It's like this. Right? So let's try to play those 2 bars together. 3, 4. The next 2 bars go like this, starting on that A minor 7. 3, 4. All right, so what do you play? Start on that A minor 7. You pluck A, G, and B string. Then upstroke, slap. Then you get that part where you play the bass. And that variation on your with your pinky. Then slap again. And then you play D chord. And you play it short. So you pluck D, B, and E string. Then you play G, B, and E. Slap. Back to D, B, and E. Slap. And then G, B, and E again. And a slap. Like this. 3, 4. And then you land on the G chord on the 4 and. So let's try to play from the beginning of the chorus to this very spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now you get a repeat of the chorus, but instead of starting on the first beat with that bass note, we start on the 4 and of the previous bar. So, and there you play a thumb stroke on the E string, low E, and at the same time you make an upstroke with your index finger, like that. Other than that, it fully repeats itself. And you repeat it right until the part where you play where you come to the D part, and there it's different. So let me play the repeat, and then we'll get to the part where it's different. So here we go. So this is the repeat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the difference is that you play that A minor 7 the way it should be. So you end with a slap. Then instead of already playing that D7 or D chord on the 4 and, you don't. So that slap on the 4th beat is the last thing you play in that bar. And then on the 1 in the next bar, you play D7 by raking it, just pushing your thumb down the string, starting on the D string. And then we move into the chorus ending. The next thing is section 5, which is the chorus ending. And the chorus ending is exactly the same as the intro, with the exception that the last 2 bars are different. So I'm gonna play the chorus ending for you, and then I'll show you where it's different. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here is where it's different. So I was playing that C at 9. And now, normally, I would play the A minor 7 on the 4 and, but that slap on the 4th beat is the last thing you'll play that bar. And then on the 1st beat of the next bar, you play A minor 7 with a rake. And then you play D7 in the next bar on the 1st beat. And then on the 3 and on the 4, you tap the body of the guitar. So either here or here, whichever you find sounds best. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you go into verse number 2. So let's try to play that together. Chorus, section 5, chorus ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we end up in section number 6, which is verse number 2.